Hi everyone, Chris here with another recent vinyl finds video. It seems to be ages since I've made one, but I've been really busy. I started up a radio show I'm going to do regularly, Counting the Beat, playing Kiwi vinyl. We had record store day, and then yesterday, as part of New Zealand Music Month, I did a DJ set at the local library playing a set of Kiwi music, kind of rare and obscure singles and nostalgic stuff, and some new material as well. So it's been pretty busy on the vinyl front, but I have got a few things here that I've picked up that I thought I should show. First up, what we're listening to now, Toy Love live at the Gluepot. This was a record store day exclusive released by Real Groovy Records store. First time they've released a record. This is great package. This is a double LP recorded live in 1980 of legendary band Toy Love, and they did release an album. It's been long out of print. It's pretty sought after. This is much faster than that album, and they did 200 in black, 200 in pink, really recorded off the desk onto cassette back in the day, and now released as an LP. And yeah, all the kind of fantastic packaging. It's got a little insert there, and my copy signed by Chris Knox there. If you look at the last video I put up, it's a little excerpt of going to buy this record at Real Groovy Records. I picked this up on the same day. Also, originally it actually says on the back, limited edition record store day release, but they didn't really make much fanfare of that, and it does seem to be out in the shops now. This is Electric Wire Hustle, a kind of funk soul outfit, and this album came out a couple of years ago. It's just seen a vinyl release now on Wonderful Noise Records, BBE this is on, and yeah, another case of a New Zealand band who can only get their material released on vinyl through overseas interest. And yeah, this is a really nice collection, really kind of smooth funk soul. I bought it on record store day, and the next day it was a beautiful sunny Sunday, and I was sitting out on the deck, and it was perfect for that. Alright, this is Arc of Ascent, the higher key. This is this kind of metal, a psychedelic, very kind of spiritual psychedelic kind of lyrics, and I don't know much about metal, so it's kind of hard to describe the genre of this, but it's slow, it's kind of maybe a kind of Sabbath influence, beautifully packaged. And this has come out on red and orange vinyl, and also just 175 of these grey marbled. So I've got a numbered edition of that. And yeah, they put out another album last year, Arc of Ascent, Circle of the Sun, which is also worth checking out. And so you've kind of got, that metal element, but you've also got on here some more kind of Eastern sound instrumentation as well. I can't remember whether I showed this or not. I don't buy a lot of jazz, I don't know much about jazz, but this is Natahn Haines. Now for years he's released kind of a hybrid of jazz and dance electronica material, and this is the first kind of straight jazz record he's done. It's all analog. He's a saxophonist, and so you've got saxophone, piano, drums, keys in here, and recorded straight to tape. Picked this up, signed copy at a live performance at the store when it was released, and it owes a lot to kind of Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, and Ornette Coleman. So, the Poet's Embrace from Natahn Haines. This is the Axemen, released on Silk Breeze in 1993. Kind of experimental, lo-fi, the Axemen, quite acclaimed, and this is in part based on a show they did in 1982 where they were appalled at the kind of sexist leanings of the advertisements of the flavoured milk company that was sponsoring the event, and they based an album around that kind of stupid symbol of woman hate. Kind of song titles give you a bit of an idea. The Eversons, continuing another great run of releases on Little Chief Records, and releasing a lot of their stuff on vinyl. Cool Rainbows, Princess Chelsea, Pikachu's all receiving vinyl releases. Now the Eversons, Summer Feeling. This is kind of really kind of great lyrics, kind of indie pop. I really like the lyrics on here. Kind of, I suppose, the travails of a early 20s life. Nice green vinyl. And yeah, they're becoming a really strong label, Little Chief, and you know, fairly reliable really. I mean, the Pikachu's is kind of dancey and not really my thing, but just about everything else they've put out, I'm really a fan of. I picked this up on Record Store Day as well. It was released a little while back, but it hasn't really been available, and I see they've sold out again now. It's Homebrew. It's a hip-hop outfit last week. Little EP, 7 songs, one about each day of the week, where it basically goes through the life of people on low-income jobs, no money, you know, trying to find money for smokes and drink, really. And really nicely put together. Blue vinyl. And insert. They've just released a new album, double LP, but only on CD at the moment. Be interesting to see if that gets a vinyl release. Pretty popular, the old Homebrew, and it's nice to pick that up. It was fairly cheap as well. The Black Keys, and that fine New Zealand tradition of barbecue reggae. Don't know if the band would like it described as that. This is their new album, Dust and Dirt, double LP. Yeah, probably less ska influence on this than some of the earlier albums, and maybe a little more kind of, I don't know, just a little more contemplative than earlier stuff, but still kind of lots of fun, and yeah, great afternoon, you know, sunny afternoon album, Dust and Dirt from the Black Seeds. So I've got a real pile here, ripping through these. This is an old release I picked up second hand, Patea Maori Club, their classic Poi 12-inch single, which has a bunch of mixes of that. It has a live version, dub version, and a disco mix. I played this one at the my DJ set in the library yesterday, and another track. And Nani Huikahu, who is the most prominent voice on that song, Poi, just died last week. So yeah, this is nice. Shogun Orchestra. And this is instrumental. It's from Wellington, limited release of 300. I've got 104. It's kind of jazz, ska, Afro beat. It's kind of a high life guitars kind of sound on some of the tracks, and yeah, really good. A real crowd pleaser actually. I mean, you can kind of put this on and pretty much anyone will like it. And this is released on a German label called Jakarta Records, so recorded mostly in Wellington. Shogun Orchestra. In a completely different vein, this is a split LP, punk, kind of punk rock in the most direct terms, really. You know, this is, you can tell from the cover, this is the kind of the boot boys and beer drinking style of punk. 2 bands, Gripper and Vicious Rumour, and this is released by a guy who's just a real fan, and he's decided, hey, I'm going to want to see this stuff put out. So you've got inserts from each of the bands, and he also got it pressed up in a range of kind of suitably kind of snotty coloured vinyls. This is the green, there's or maybe this is the yellow. There's green, there's yellow, I think there's red, there's blue. You got a couple of straight black ones as well, but yeah, kind of the colour just seems to suit the music. A bit of fun. Ripper and Vicious Rumour. Adding to my Dead Sea collection, the Operation of the Sun. Managed to pick this up pretty reasonably priced online, and this one's from 1993, released on Silk Breeze. All about the Dead Sea, long noise, guitar, avant punk improvisation. Now, we'll be able to say the name of this band. Imbogodom. And they turned Not When They Went. Released on Thrill Jockey. This is a guy, his name eludes me, but he's also in a band that I've shown a record from before, Orchestra Spheres. This is the second album from Imbogodom, and this is, yeah, there's kind of a bit of kind of music concrete, kind of field recordings. He used to work for the BBC, and I heard an interview with him, and one of the things I was really interested in is that featuring on here are bells of Big Ben. And when he worked at the BBC, one of the things he said was that all of the radio broadcast desks in BBC House all have a line that connects to a live microphone in Big Ben. So when they play the dings of the bell on the hour, they're actually live, and he's sampled some of that in here, kind of experimental, yeah, really interesting record. This great cover, it's from a 1997 or 1998 compilation of 60s New Zealand psychedelia. It's called Number 8 Wire, and was compiled by a guy called John Baker, who's well known for digging out and compiling historical New Zealand material. As I say, 60s New Zealand psychedelia, and at a time when really drugs weren't that really available in New Zealand, but still putting together some great psychedelic pieces, and yeah, there's some really interesting songs on there from some bands who would be well known to fans of New Zealand music, and some as well that I hadn't heard of before. Not sure if I showed this one already. Solomans Ball, the second of the subscription series, re-releasing material from Bilders and the Bilders, and this is put out by Unvogt Records from Germany. Subscription series, the second of 4 releases. So it's Kraus, Faster Than the Speed of Time, and this is kind of more lo-fi, experimental, kind of ambient noise, New Zealand material. And finally, a new LP from Pumice called Puny. And Pumice, I've talked about before, one-man psychedelic multi-instrumental experimentalist. There's some really great songs on here. Covered in Spiders really stands out. Hey Crap Crab. This is released on Soft Abuse Records. It came, it was a limited edition of 35 that also came with this flexi and a print, which I've put somewhere else, so I can't grab that right now. And insert, if you've heard any of Pumice's material before and you've liked it, then you'll be into this record. And yeah, I've been giving that a bit of a spin and very impressed. Okay, that was a really quick, I know, run through some of my recent vinyl pickups. Thanks for watching, and sorry for the big delay between videos. Cheers.